Well, this was captured on video by a local Austin TV station. And it created an issue where they actually went to the grand jury up there. And the bottom line is that you're not supposed to do that. Now look, in the Texas legislature, you're only there 140 days every 2 years unless there's a special session. We elect people like me to go up there to represent the 4 counties in District 32, not somebody in Dallas to vote for us. And so I want to make sure that nobody's ghost voting, especially last year. I want to make sure that when you vote, you're voting for us, not having somebody from another area of the state voting for us. So it's a big issue, and it's on this reform issue in ethics. There's also ghost employees. You know, we're getting close to Halloween. We got all these ghost issues coming up.
I was saying.
And that's another issue where people have put state employees on their budgets for like $100 or $200 a month, and they get full health and retirement benefits at our expense. Now that's being investigated right now. My point is, in races like this, let's make sure, like on ghost voting, everybody's 100% clear that there was no ghost voting, and we continue to ask that question. Was he ghost voting during the 2007 legislative session or not?
Well, and I saw the debate at that point when y'all talked about the ghost voting, and he brought up the issue and said, you know, sometimes, and these were his words, sometimes, you know, you're with constituents or you're out there trying to help people or you're out there representing your district, and you can't be there to push a button all the time. And that I took away from that, and this is my subjective opinion, that he indicated there was nothing wrong with somebody pushing the button if they're voting the way you wanted to vote if you had been there.
Well, now, but the House rules in 2007 said you were not supposed to do that. So if the rules said no, why would a public official be doing the opposite? I mean, that's the rules of the House. The other thing is look, if you're going to let some other public official vote for you, be honest, be open, and tell your constituents that you've got somebody else voting for you. Now, how many votes did these people miss?
Don't know.
What was the justification for not being there? Were we voting on public education that might have helped our area? Windstorm. Were we voting on a hurricane issue that could have helped the coastal bend? Why would you want somebody from another area voting for you? My point is, this is an election where the question has been raised. If you didn't, you didn't. If you did, be honest. But that's a violation of the House rules. You can explain it any way you want. But does your constituency really want somebody allowing somebody else vote for them? I don't think so. You're elected to go up there and protect your area.
All right. You know, the other issue, we're talking politics, and this has been on a lot of people's minds, and we've had people from the Democratic Party indicate to me to please pass it on, that some of them are of the impression that there is a sort of concerted effort by the Republicans to push for more Republican seats here, and some have, you know, borderline conspiracy theorists, but I look into it. I look into everything, and they're saying that this is a concerted effort to try to knock out Democrats and attack them as they're attacking Mr. Garcia and Mr. Herrero on certain issues, that the Republicans are doing a concerted effort to do this. How do you respond to, or that the AG is targeting certain people that have given a lot of money to the Democratic Party? How do you respond to something like that?
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a concerted effort. I mean, I haven't been involved in a concerted effort. If you look at my district, 32, 4 counties, it's considered a Republican district.
It's strongly Republican.
Yes, it's a strong Republican district. That doesn't mean you let up and you just rely. You have to work it. But it is like rated on as a 61% Republican district. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, the Republican Party is going to want to take that seat back. And it would be the same if the Democrat Party had a Republican sitting right there. They would make the same effort. So my district, is there going to be a concerted effort? There's no conspiracy or anything. It's the nature. This is a Republican district. It was created to be a Republican district. there's going to be efforts to say that should be Republican. Now, this election cycle all over the state, there are some districts where Republicans are in Democrats, and they're doing the same thing. Now, also, we got to be open to the public that are watching your show.
I appreciate
the Democrat Party has also got a concerted effort with their Go Texas Blue to try to take away from the Republicans and make it a Democrat. So the way I look at this is there a concerted effort? Everybody wants their party to win. The Republicans want to be in control. The Democrats want to be in control. The bottom line for me, I've been there before for 8 years. And yes, I want to win, and I want to be your state representative. And I believe my seniority and experience will bring things to this area. But it's never Republican, Democrat first. It's your constituents first. It's taking care of your area first. And it is, as I said, South Texas first.
Well, and very well said. I think the bottom line, too, and I want to say this from personal experience, I'm not a lobbyist, but I've been thinking about doing it for the elderly and for
people that might be bad now.
Well, I don't know. I'll try to do it. I'll follow your play and try to do it as ethically as possible. But I think it's important, seriously, because I don't think we have enough lobbyists in this area for our elderly, for our home health and everything. And what I'm getting at there is that we need to know that the representatives out there, Democrat or Republican, are going to be available. I just hate, when I've got a lot of home health buddies, and I've dialed up some numbers, and they've gone unresponded, and it makes me look bad because I'm supposed to have these people and count them as my friends. And when I call them, and maybe a staffer after a week or so responds, or there's a no-show at a dinner or something, that's disappointing, especially if. And I know how busy representatives are. You've been there before, and you know, especially in session, how crazy it is. But are you promising your district that when they pick up the phone, that you're going to be responsive as soon as you can?
The answer is yes. Now, everybody's got to understand that if you're in session, sometimes you can't get back to you personally.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if they've fixed it, but for many years, you could have a cell phone, but it wouldn't work in certain portions of the Capitol.
Right.
And so you're not always you're accessible because of where you're located during a committee hearing. But the promise that I have is that myself and the staff will be responsive. And I had, when I was in office, this is what I would do. If you were a constituent and you came to the Capitol to see me, and I was in a committee hearing, the rule was the staff brought you to me. And I would leave the committee, I would leave the House floor, because if you are going to take the time to see me, I need to take the time to see you. So the answer is yes.
Well, it's a big pilgrimage. I mean, you go up there with some concerned constituents. I've been up there to Austin, and you go up there, and it's very intimidating. For me, it's not too bad, Find your parking space, you go up there, and there's about 1,000 offices or more. You're trying to look for your representative's office. You're trying to find them, and it's like 329B, Z1 or something,
That's right.
And you're trying to find it. By the time you find them, they're, of course, busy, very busy, but the staff is usually very receptive. But the thing is, what are we going to do? Say we're up there 2-3 days. Can we get in there to see them for 15 minutes in person? There's nothing like that. And I think that all politics is local. We want to have someone that we can have up there that we can talk to. And I want to think and I want to believe that our representatives have our best interest at heart. I want to believe, even right now with the bailouts and with the $800 billion and everything else, we want to have someone that we can have up there that we can talk to. And I want to think and I want to believe that our representatives have our best interest at heart. I want to believe, even right now with the bailouts and with the $800 billion and everything else,